I saw that video on Douyin the other day and had to know what the red shimmer was. Turns out this red shimmer is all over the alt scene on Xiaohongshu. It's supposed to be the perfect blood red shimmer. And since I trust CBD goth girls with my life, I ordered it. This is the shade Leon from a indie Swedish brand called Odin's Eye. It looks just like a ruby. You know, I really feel like 2024 is going to be the year of vampy red eyeshadow. There's just been so many deep, dark, red color stories coming out of the C-beauty and indie world. So I feel like it's only going to be a matter of time before the mainstream catches on. And I'm totally here for it. This is so beautiful. I really don't even think I have a shade that's anywhere close to this. Let me go swatch the closest reds in my collection and show you what I mean. Here are all my favorite reds, and here is the Odin's Eye one. I mean, this is without a doubt one of a kind. The perfect blood red shimmer. I can totally understand the hype. Let's recreate this Xiaohongshu look using something super special. The lovely Judy had a collab with Odin's Eye, and it's for Year of the Dragon. It's so funny because I was just thinking about how I needed a pastel palette to help blend out Xiaohongshu looks, and here she is. It's much different than the other dragon palette that I showed this year, because if you didn't know, 2024 is the year of the green or wood dragon. I know I'm a fire rat and I technically have a lot of wood and water in my chart, but I don't know if that means that this year is going to be lucky with the wood dragon or not. I think it has to be like your lucky year is the element that you're missing the most of, something like that. Being this green shimmer right on the upper lid and in the center of my bottom one. Anytime you're doing a Douyin look and you're thinking it's not looking quite right, just wait till you get to the shimmer section and it will fix everything. Thinking I can just get away with using this pink as my blush. Even though it's a Swedish brand, I really find Odin's Eye has a formula similar to most Asian eyeshadows. I think that's why it's so popular on Xiaohongshu. Like, I always see Odin's Eye all over the For You page on there. Adding all the freckles. Dark purple lip clay. Focusing it on the bottom lip. Blending out. There's 3 glosses in the collection too, so I think I want to try one of them. I'm going to go in with the shade Dahlia. I love hot pink glosses like this. I like they really tie everything together. Here is the finished look. Thank you once again, Judy and Odin's Eye. I'm super in love with this palette. I can't wait to use it more in all of my C-beauty inspired looks. This foundation is super viral in China, especially on social media. Like, Douyin is finally available in Japan, so I got it to try. It's the Maybelline Super Stay Lumi Matte Foundation. I'm so excited that they decided to expand outside of China. It says it's supposed to resist transfer and sweat. It's light as air, doesn't dry out, and it gives a semi-matte look with buildable coverage. The lightest shade that they released here is N10, so I'm hoping this will be light enough for me. It's so funny because I literally haven't tried a Maybelline product since like 2016, maybe like a year or two before I moved here. They were not kidding. This feels so thin on the skin. Like, it feels like I'm wearing nothing. I mean, overall it looks really amazing. Obviously I need to wear this all day to see what's really gonna happen with it. Every matte foundation I've ever tried before, it's cracking on my face before the first hour, so I do hope this one will be different because it does look so beautiful right now and it matches my skin tone super well. I would honestly say if you are also a pale olive girly, this is a really good match. Try to come back in 8 hours or do an update on my story about how it's wearing, but so far I love it. Literally been obsessed with this look for weeks. I cannot get it out of my mind, so let's recreate it together. I'm following her guide. She said she started out with a super bright red right in the center of the eye. Then using a black, she started to make a halo eye. Keep it quite rounded. Don't worry about blending right now. We can do that later. Just want to place the color down. Add the red. Then she actually took a really light blue to start blending out the black. Adding the color back in where I lost a little bit going back and forth with my brush. I also took a little bit of black in this like inner eye area. This is a really common technique I see a lot of C-beauty girls do. You want to make sure to leave this area open for shimmers later on. She actually used a dark purple on this outer part of her eye. I love how Douyin looks are all about layering unexpected color choices and somehow making it look really amazing. Also added a little bit of red right at the bottom part of where she placed this red matte eyeshadow. And she placed a like gold orange shade right in this empty space that we left. I think this is an interesting choice that gives the look a lot of dimension. Then she added a couple of scattered glitters on the outside of her eye. Very last glitter, I promise, but she used one that had chunky flakes with it and just placed a little bit right at the top of her eye. I'm gonna bring it a little bit lower just because I have deep set eyes and you're not gonna be able to really see it when I close them. Pale pink blush. For lips, you either want to use a gray lipstick, or if you don't have one, you can use a gray eyebrow pencil or even gray eyeshadow. And just blend this all around the outside of your lips. Red in the center, blend it out, and then add a gloss. Here is the finished look. I love the way that the rough glitter is like twinkling in the light. Don't ever be afraid to recreate Douyin looks. Even if you have round deep set eyes like me, it is possible. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for buying from my TikTok shop. All of the money is definitely going to go to buying more Asian beauty to show you guys. I just wanted to do a quick PSA on this shade right here, J73, because when you open it, you can see it's a very, very strange color, and that's normal. It's supposed to go on green, so don't be alarmed. You have to let it oxidize, and then it turns into the most beautiful, like, plum shade. When I got this shade for the first time, I was so confused. I thought they sent me the wrong one, but as you can see, when you put it on, over time it just turns into this, like, beautiful, dark, plummy shade. Like, I don't know what magic they put in this to make it transform like this. The more time it spends on your lips, it does turn into that really, really beautiful dark plum that it advertised, but it's like literally green in the tube. I don't know. I don't have any answers to this, why these are like this, but I just wanted to warn everybody before they got this in the mail and were like, what the fuck? Hi, hello, I have fair olive skin. It's super hard to find foundations, but I have a new one to try today. This is from About Face Beauty, their Performer Foundation in the shade F2 Olive, which is their fairest olive option. It's supposed to be super moisturizing and have a skin-like finish. These are all of the pale olive foundations I found so far, and this one is looking a little bit darker than the other ones, but that doesn't always mean that it will look super dark on the face. I saw some people complaining about the packaging, but I actually really like the doe foot. This is exactly what I wanted to do with my Shape Tape in like 2016. It feels very satisfying. And let's blend it in. Blending very, very nicely. I expected that it would. No concealer, no powder, no nothing on, just a light layer of the foundation, and I think it looks really, really beautiful. No beauty filters. This is just my skin, very, very skin-like. I will say it's hard to see on camera, but in person this is a little bit too dark for me. You can even just see how much darker this is on my skin at full opacity, so definitely go in with a light hand if you are super, super fair like me. But other than that, it feels amazing. It really reminds me of the Clio Kill Cushion Glow Foundation. It has a super skincare moisturizing feel to it. I'm gonna wear this all day and see how it goes, but even though it is a little bit too dark for me, it is nice to have another olive foundation in my collection. Also, About Face Beauty, can you please become available in Japan? I'm begging you. I am a sheer black lippy connoisseur, and today I have 4 new ones to try. There are 2 Korean ones and 2 from Western indie brands. Let's try the Korean ones first because I'm very intrigued. This is my first time seeing a black K-beauty lip product. First one is from the brand Keep in Touch in the shade Royal Midnight. This is a new brand to me. Ooh, very minty. Building it up a little bit just to see the color. I mean, I think this is super beautiful, very, very glossy. It is very minty and tingling because it is a lip plumper, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Here is a hand swatch so you can see the pigmentation. Next one is from Wake Meg. This is a really popular Korean brand. I really like them. This is from their newest collection. It's like black themed. In the shade 13 Black Hush. Looks really subtle. Very gloss-like though. This is a really pretty gloss, but I don't think I would necessarily use this by itself. I think it would be really good to top other lip shades. Very subtle. Okay, a lot of people recommended me the black lip balm from Mob Beauty. I think it's part of their vintage goth collection. Love the sustainable packaging and the brand's just like overall vibe. This is the shade M138. Has a very soft formula, so you definitely don't want to be too heavy-handed or you're gonna break it. Wow, this is really pretty. A little bit messy, but it's really easy to work with. Very nice balmy texture and a lot more pigmented than the first two, which I love. Here is the hand swatch. I'm gonna guess this one's probably gonna be my favorite, but let's try the last one. This is a black lip oil from Ritual Defeat. If you're a goth girl, you definitely know who they are. Packaging is glass and it feels very luxe to hold, very heavy and weighted. I like that even though it's a lip oil, it's not as runny. It definitely has a thicker consistency. I would say this one and the Mob Beauty one are very similar, but this one's a little bit more of a blue black. I don't know if you can tell on my hand. Mob one's more of a true black, if you know what I mean. And this one has a little bit more blue, which I think gives my lips a nice cool berry effect. All of them are nice, but I definitely love these three. A lot of people are wondering what I, as a beauty lover living in Japan, like to buy from the drugstore, so come along with me today. First up is my holy grail. These are blank face tissues, and I like to use them to make my own toner pads. These ones actually have extra vitamin C in them, and I literally can't go to the drugstore without stocking up on my favorite face masks. These are literally incredible. If you have dry skin, these will save you. I didn't get this, but And Honey has a new Sakura flavor out for the spring season. Of course, I have to check the beauty aisle every time I come here. This is one of my favorite drugstore brands called Visay. I feel like they had some really cute products today. I was very interested in this gray palette, but I already have so much gray eyeshadow that I probably don't need it. I also saw this like really cute planet themed powder, but I didn't get this either. Okay, I finally made it to the hair care aisle. That's what I came here for. This is the only Japanese shampoo and conditioner line that I swear by. I have a problem where most Japanese hair care just makes my hair super greasy. But this one doesn't. It just leaves it smooth and shiny. My husband is into taking care of his hair, so he wanted to show off what he got. And it wouldn't be a drugstore run without checking the numerous snack aisles they have to offer. I got these ume chips, and then they also had a new lemon Pepsi Zero, something like that. It looked really good, so I got it After you run errands, of course, you have to treat yourself, and the local Kaiten Sushi was doing a Chikawa collab, and I thought these were super cute, so I wanted to show them. Okay, let's talk about Asian beauty formulas, specifically eyeshadow. I've been collecting East Asian beauty for a long time. I've tried a lot of brands, and these are my findings. Starting with K-Beauty. I think most people have tried Korean eyeshadows, so I feel like this will be a good point of reference for the rest of the video. The mattes are typically very light shades, very soft and buttery. They are very blurring and easy to blend on the eyelids, but they typically don't give a lot of depth. Also, a lot of shades look different in the pan, but I find that a lot of them look very similar on the lid. Like, there's not much difference between all of the shades. The shimmers are more like toppers and aren't usually super intense. Overall, very gentle and super easy to work with. Moving on to C Beauty. I find that there tends to be two formulas. One is almost exactly the same as Korean eyeshadows, just that the mattes tend to be a little bit darker on average, but still very smooth and buttery, very easy to blend. And also the shimmers are a little bit more intense, much more sparkly and glittery. I feel like you can do very similar looks with the Korean eyeshadow palettes, just that the C Beauty palettes tend to be deeper and a little bit more intense. But then on the flip side, there's the very intense, bold, dramatic palettes. You tend to find deep, bold mattes with super fun shimmers, lots of multi-chroma shades, things that are shifting, very sparkly. These are for people who love color, and even though they are really pigmented, they still have that super buttery quality that's really common in Asian eyeshadows. Very easy to blend and work with. If you want to know how to tell the difference between which kind of formula you're going to get, you can generally just tell based off the vibe of the brand. Last, we have Japanese formulas. I find that these are definitely the most unique out of the three. First of all, you will almost never find a matte shade. Japanese eyeshadow palettes are all about the satin shimmers. These are typically very smooth and give a nice sheen. The shades won't be super intense by any means. It's just meant to give a nice wash of color all over the lids and blend out very, very nicely. If you've tried high-end shimmer palettes like Tom Ford or Dior, the formula is almost exactly the same. I would just say the Japanese one might be just a little bit more buttery and blendable, but it's to the point where I just cannot justify spending money on expensive luxury palettes because you could get the same formula in a Japanese can-make eyeshadow for like $5. Here's a swatch of all of them together so you can see the difference between Korean, soft Chinese, intense Chinese, and Japanese. Hope this helps. I'm a beauty content creator living in Japan, and this is one of my favorite places to go shopping for makeup called Plaza. This is a chain you'll find in most large malls and is by far one of the best places to check out if you love Asian makeup. They always have the newest releases, plus they are much less busy than places like Donkey or at Cosme in Harajuku. This is important to me because I like to take my time when I look through makeup and I hate to be crowded. But yeah, if you want to know what's popular in Japan, just head to one of these. You can see which Korean brands are popular like Amuse, Wake Make, Tiru Roman End. This time they even had a personal season color recommendation card that you could take, and thankfully the last two that they had left are great palettes for me, so that's super lucky. While you're here, you can keep an eye out for which shades are Japan exclusive. They'll usually be marked, and you could also look for this symbol. This is a very prestigious award in Japan, and it basically means that this product is really, really amazing and super, super popular. I've never been let down by these awards. They also have the most popular Japanese beauty brands as well, generally Can Make, Saison, Excel, Kate. These are the Kate lip monsters, which are super viral right now in Japan. It's really hard to find them in stock actually. And then depending on the location, they'll have different JB brands, so you'll just have to go check and see. Also, depending on the location, they'll have C beauty brands, usually like Flower Nose or Juicy. But this one I went to today just had some Shiglam and Perfect Diary. If you're interested in skincare, they'll almost always have the most popular brands and items here as well. This is my favorite tone-up sunscreen from La Roche-Posay, which is actually a Japan exclusive, so definitely check it out if you're interested in an item like this. They also have all the most popular hair care as well, so I feel like this is a great one-stop shop if you want to go sample all the smells and different formulas of hair care, makeup, whatever you want, so definitely stop by. If you love C Beauty and you're also interested in indie makeup, I have a brand that I really want to share with you guys today. The brand's name is Shall We, and like I said, they are an indie brand from China. All of their palettes are really freaking cool. I just wanted to show you the packaging that it comes in to start off. This is hand sealed with wax. This is how you do sustainable packaging with a personal touch. I think today I'm going to use this one. I absolutely love their formulas. The mattes are super, super pigmented, but extremely blendable. Just look how easy this dark blue is blending out. But also their shimmers are to die for. I'm not using it today, but I literally cannot wait to try this shade right here. Insane. I'm super obsessed with this like neon yellow. We don't have a shade like this. And then just look at this iridescent blue. Wait. It's so intense. This color combo is everything. She sent this super beautiful highlighting palette too, so I want to try one of the shades. Wow, what more can I say? This look is absolutely beautiful. I love their products. I love everything they sent, so definitely check them out. Canmake's team just reached out to me. That sounds super weird to say as a Japanese makeup lover. To let me know that they now have a TikTok shop. I want to go over some of my favorite things. The mermaid sunscreen, of course. She is an icon. A repeat purchase for me and all of my friends. Very affordable, doesn't burn your eyes, has a nice finish on the skin. My favorite shade is Clear. Canmake's really well known for these cream cheeks. These are my two favorite shades. The classic red, which you can sheer out to a nice pink color. And then this shade is perfect if you want to get that soft glowing pink color that Japanese makeup is known for. That's what I'm wearing today, just this, no highlight or anything. Both of these are perfect for igari makeup. They're also really well known for their marshmallow powder. My favorite is the one that comes in this packaging because it is so cute. This one's size is perfect for doing touch-ups around the face. I also love their color correcting powder. You can see I have a little pan going on in there. And then their loose powder is actually really amazing too. Seriously, Canmake has some of the best powders I've ever tried. If you're not a powder lover, you will be converted by these. Then there's their iconic Quick Lash Curl Mascara. It has a comb instead of a brush, which actually works a lot better than you would think. I feel like this is one of the only mascaras that actually gets my lashes to hold a curl without just falling down. Their gel liner is great around the eye, of course, but personally I like to use them as a lip liner. If you have tiny lips like me with a very strong cupid's bow, the tip is so small that you can fill in your lips so easily. Literally my my favorite black lip liner. I think I've gone through 2 of these. Then there's their Mochi Puru lip balm. I mean, just look how cute the packaging is. Nothing extremely special about this. I just think it's so cute, and I love the formula, just like the way it looks on my lips. So yeah, I feel like if you really want to try can make makeup for a really good price, close to what you would pay in Japan, especially with sales, TikTok Shop is a great place. This is an American brand with a Japanese formula completely made in Japan. Of course, I had to try them. First off, the packaging is so Japanese with this little obi that it comes with. This is the Shuiro lacquer. Look how nice the packaging is, and then you just pull this up, and here she is. I love red eyeshadow, and this is a red eyeshadow base, I'm pretty sure. These type of balmy eyeshadows are so popular in Japan. A lot of people like to use them as an eye base before they finish the rest of their eyeshadow. It's meant to give you like a sheer wash of color. Let's go. Quite pigmented, but as you can see, it really easily shears out. Bottom lash line. This really does feel exactly like a luxury Japanese formula. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. Color looks super cool and edgy. I mean, I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I will say this is a luxury brand, not very cheap. I would definitely recommend this to somebody who wants to try out a Japanese formula, but when you look at Japanese brands, the colors just don't quite speak to you. So definitely check them out if you're in the market. This is my most asked about product on like every video that I post, so let me formally introduce her. This is the Han All Brow Cara from the K-beauty brand Roman N, specifically in the shade 01 Grace Taupe. Basically what it does is lighten and soften your brows, and once you try it, you literally can never go back. This is literally a game changer if you're into Asian beauty at all, especially if you have black hair, because this shade is specifically made for us, which I can definitely back up their claim because I have never found a brow mascara that is actually gray enough to complement my black hair. But this one is just the perfect gray. It's not too blue, it's not too warm, it is just a true neutral gray. Seriously, if you're ever gonna get anything I recommend, or you're ever gonna get anything from Roman and let it be this brow mascara. Let's do a goth Douyin inspired makeup look from start to finish, recreating this makeup, which was inspired by this makeup. ID is down here if you want to follow her. To start off, Chinese makeup is all about having a flawless matte base. I love the Lumi Matte Foundation from Maybelline. This foundation is actually super viral in China, and I can totally see why. For concealer, I'm just using a color correcting palette exactly where I need it, but you can totally use whatever you want. Finishing with powder right in the center of my face, just to get rid of some pores and add a little bit of brightness. Okay, so here is the eye look that we are going for. Douyin eye looks are all about layers. So for a base, I'm going to use a soft pink and blend that all over my lid. Then a medium gray blown out all under the eye. Should end up with something like this. Now moving on to the focus colors. I'm gonna add my favorite red by packing it on my outer corner and blending it out softly into the pink. Then using a darker red and a small angled brush, gently follow your lash line while making sure that you still have space to draw in an aegyo later. Once you're happy with the way that that looks, take a little bit more red and emphasize your eye bag as much as you want. Adding a little bit of a black liner. Basically, just want to extend your natural lash line. Lastly, we have the best part. Take your favorite silver shimmer and add it wherever it suits your eye shape best, as long as it stays in this like kind of first half of your eye. Final step is adding the same shimmer right on your lash line to further highlight your aegyo. At this point, you can add fake lashes if you're not lazy like me. Lighten the brows if you want. Personally feel like lighter brows give like an edgier look. Right now, blush is pretty simple. Just take your favorite soft pink shade and keep it quite rounded on the cheeks. I also like to do a little bit on my chin. Highlighter is optional. I'm opting out today. So let's move on to lips. I'm gonna mix these two lip clays together. If you really want to get into Douyin makeup, formulas like these are perfect for doing those blurred out soft lips that you always see. Red all over the lips, making sure to add some right above your cupid's bow, blending out with a brush and overlining as much as you want. I like to stop right about here and ever so slightly bring the red color up. Then add a little black and slowly create an ombre. If you need some help blending, just take a little bit more red eyeshadow to help you out. Add a gloss if you want, and you're done. Here is the final look.
Here in the actual fuck are all of my alternative baddie influencers.
Okay, my question is though, where are all the alternative girls who love Asian makeup? Because I feel like I rarely see us in the Asian beauty scene, like, at all. Not that I don't like the K-pop girlies, the clean girls, or all of the kawaii pink aesthetics that exist out there. I'm also not talking about the girlies who like to do Asian makeup, like VK or Gyaru. Not talking about them, even though I do love and cherish all of the wonderful creators out there recreating Asian alternative makeup. I mean that I want to see alt girls who buy and review and talk about Asian beauty products. Eyeshadow, blush, lip products, you know, Asian beauty products. I want to see people who go for the admittedly far and few between spooky releases from K-beauty, from J-beauty, who show and review all of the gothic C-beauty brands and the super rad collections that some brands come out with. I just need to see more alt girlies talking about all of the amazing finds that are to be found. Like, you wouldn't believe how many amazing products are out there for us. I swear to God. Just keep finding more and more. This is a little bit off topic, but I also feel like the Western beauty market, especially for like alternative girlies, is so stale. Nothing really exciting comes out of the Western beauty market for me specifically. I don't know if that's because my bar has been raised so high after getting into Asian beauty. Like, look at these eyeshadow palettes. Packaging is sick and the color story is deep and vampy. I just feel like Western brands like cannot compete. I also really want to see alternative girlies getting PR from all of these big Asian brands, even though I know that we are definitely not their target audience. But we exist, and I know we do because every time, especially a Korean or Japanese brand comes out with a alternative color like a black lip gloss or a gray eyeshadow palette, that shit is always sold out. Even though I know there are more of us out there, I still feel like I'm one of the only alternative beauty creators that really focuses on Asian beauty almost exclusively. I feel like it's just me drifting on the sea out here, and like every time I find something to show, it's because like I had to find it, and I really want to see recommendations from other people because I know I cannot be the only one out there doing what I do. So my logical conclusion is that I just haven't found people like me. So please, if you know anybody who is alternative and likes to buy alternative Asian beauty, please tag them down below. I would be over the moon. As you all know, I am a sheer black lippy connoisseur, and I have 4 new ones to try today. And I don't know what's going on in the K-beauty world, but I have 3 new ones to try. That would make in total 5 that I've tried this year alone, with another one on the way. I guess black lips are trending in Korea. And then I have one from a C-beauty brand. Let's try the Korean ones first. Okay, a lot of people are asking me to try this one and tagging me in videos of people who did. This is from a smaller Korean brand called Fui. If you've seen those lip clay pots floating around TikTok, this is the same brand, and this is their shade Scene Black. It has a candy-like smell and a silicone applicator, which are not actually my favorites because I feel like they just like kind of dump the product in one place. Building up the color, very glassy and 3D-like. It definitely fills in all of the dry cracks in your lips. It's just the tiniest bit sticky, but not enough that it would bother me. So far, I think it is really beautiful. I'm glad to have it in my collection. Next, I have 2 from a new brand to me called Heart%. First, we have their Top Coat Lip Plumper in Mood Changer. Looks like a nail polish. A lot more sheer than the first one, but very glassy. A little bit of a tingle on the lips since it is a lip plumper. Seeing if I can build up the shade a little bit. Here is a hand swatch. I think so far, this one is my favorite. Next up, we have their Dewy Melting Lipstick in the shade Dewy Black. Let's try it on the lips. Very soft formula immediately. Melting almost as soon as you get it on the lips. I used a little bit too much. Here is a hand swatch. You can see just how soft the formula is, but it feels really good on the lips. Very moisturizing. Not sticky at all. Definitely feels like a true lip oil. Okay, last up we have one from a C-beauty brand called Yuhu. Packaging is giving total Y2K. It feels very heavy and weighted. I really like holding it. It has like a very nostalgic like grape candy smell. Try her on. Trying to build up the color. Okay, I take it back. This one is definitely my favorite that I tried today. This is absolutely stunning. It is definitely a true black. You can see compared to the other ones. I feel like this one's gonna be living in my purse. Honestly, I'm happy with all of these. If any of the colors caught your eye, I definitely recommend. Okay, I think I just found the gothest lip tint on the Korean beauty market. I mean, look at the red and black packaging. The color is so dark that you can't even see it in my lighting. This is from one of my favorite Korean brands called Dinto. A little bit of a smaller brand, but they always have the most amazing alternative colors for the goth girlies. The shade that I have here is literally called Momento Mori. It is a true blood red color. Look at this. Very, very smooth and pigmented. Starting to build up the color. So beautiful. I mean, I don't even think I have to say anything. So beautiful, so vampy. I don't know why this brand is not more hyped because they are so good, especially if you are an alternative girly. I feel like they're one of the only Korean brands that reliably has alternative colors in their lineup, so definitely check them out. It's gonna be a new favorite of mine. Definitely will be living in my purse for the foreseeable future. Okay, for the last like year and a half, I have been absolutely obsessed with these brow lightening mascaras from Roman and especially the shade 01 Grace Taupe, but I also love the Japan exclusive colors as well. These are so popular in Japan, like you don't even know, like everybody has one of these. I'm not sure if this is Japan exclusive, but they came out with another gray shade. This is Moon Gray and it's supposed to be even lighter than the 01 shade. Here's what they look like next to each other. This is 01 and this is 08, the new shade. I just love the way that these make my eyebrows look because I also struggle with sparse eyebrows and I feel like these just make my eyebrows look so naturally fluffy. It definitely gives a youthful look to the face. Don't get me wrong, as much as I love this shade, I just always wish that it was like a little bit lighter sometimes, but this is absolutely perfect. I would say if you want to try a brow lightening mascara and you have black hair especially, either one of these is like amazing. I know I mentioned in my last Kamek video how much I love their sunscreen, but I really wanted to go over exactly why I do as someone who's only ever found 2 sunscreens that I like. First of all, it doesn't smell like sunscreen, and that might be a really weird expectation for sunscreens, but I just don't like the way that sunscreen smells all the time. It also doesn't burn your eyes. I am a very sleepy girl and I am always touching my eyes. I literally cannot wear sunscreen if it burns my eyes in any capacity. There's no white cast, it is completely clear, and it doesn't pill under makeup, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. And it has a really natural finish. Like, it just looks like I have a really good skincare routine, even though all I'm wearing right now is the sunscreen. I don't have anything else on. And lastly, it doesn't break me out. Okay, we all know and love our local goth beauty brand, Girl Cult. They just came out with their first foundation. It's a cushion foundation, so I picked up the lightest shade. Packaging is fire as always. I love the red and black detailing. Okay, right off the bat, for the pale olive girlies, I feel like we have another one for the roster. It did look really olive online, but using it in person, it is a perfect match for my neck, so I'm so happy about that. It goes on really, really smooth and gives really nice coverage without really creating any texture at all. It's giving me like Barbie skin. I mean, I feel like it got rid of my texture really, really well. Obviously, I have to see how this wears throughout the day, but just on first application, this looks gorgeous. You guys can just see how nice the coverage is. I'm not even wearing concealer. This is just one layer of the foundation all over my face. And even though it's fuller coverage, it doesn't feel heavy or cakey on the face. I do think if I built it up a lot, it would. I'm gonna wear this the rest of the day without powdering it just because I want to see how it performs by itself. But I'll try to do an update in the comments on how it wore. I asked talkkk to send me their cool tone recommendations, just in general, but I did let them know that I am a winter. I actually personally fall around clear. This is a chart that somebody made for season recommendations, and literally 2 of the products that they sent are on there. Okay, I want to do my eyeshadow first, because when I opened this up, I literally died when I saw there was a full row of gray shades. I'm gonna take this one first. Oh yeah. Now taking one of the darker shades. This is like my go-to eyeshadow combo. Darkest shade. And drawing in a soft wing. There's a couple shimmers in here, but I think I want to take this like white one. Ooh, if you haven't tried a talkkk shimmer, you are really missing out. They literally look so good just like in the daylight and they stay forever. Okay, moving on to blush, they sent me 2 options. I think I'm gonna try this purple right here, but first I'm gonna set my face with these powders. I highly recommend checking this palette out if you want to get into like brightening powders and you want a couple different colors. Like specifically this shade here just makes my skin look like baby smooth. Okay, literally I've been wanting this palette for so long. I just like never pulled the trigger because I really want to try this purple shade right here because it is absolutely my favorite shade of blush. For all of my cool olive girls out there, go for the purple blushes and then thank me later. Okay, they sent me so many lip options. All of these look so beautiful. I don't know which one to choose. I think I'm gonna go with this one first because it was on the winter recommendation chart that I showed earlier. I'm gonna line my lips first because I kind of want to do like a gradient. This is 04 Plum Dew. I'm really into like bright pink tints right now. Wow, obsessed with this color. Well, anyways, this is the finished look and I don't feel like I have to say anything. All of these items are totally winter girl approved.
This is just a public service announcement about Cushion Foundation from Korea. It's crap.
I think people forget that makeup preferences aren't universal all around the world, and nothing grinds my gears more than watching people dunk on Asian beauty for their formulas or packaging when they clearly know very little about the industry here. Eyeshadows have no pigment. The blushes are like chalk. Like I hear these things all the time from people who mostly buy Asian beauty just like off of a whim. And this is no hate to that creator at all. The style of makeup here is just infinitely different than the West, and if you're gonna try Asian products, you should know that. Now, I think it's totally fine to bring up topics like inclusivity and shade range, things like these in the Asian beauty market, but simply making comments on how a product is not exactly like an American one, therefore it's bad, is crazy. And when it comes to the topic of cushion foundation specifically, I, for one, have always struggled to find foundations that are pale enough for me, neutral enough for an olive skin tone, that didn't crack or separate or look cakey at all. Like, I always thought I had really high standards, but Asian beauty, especially Korean beauty, is all about like negative sun, also an undetectable, flawless base, and it is everything to me. Cushions, for one thing, are great for people who have dry skin or skin texture because the formula and the actual method of patting it into your face is going to reduce separation in texture drastically because you're not moving things around or even moving the little hairs on your face around. That's what causes separation in your foundation a lot of the time. These are also very compact and easy to travel with because they are meant for touch-ups. Like wearing a foundation like this, it's meant to be touched up throughout the day to look flawless at all times. Like you trade off a little bit of maintenance throughout the day to just always look good. It just makes me sad to see these videos and imagine myself 10 years ago taking this advice to heart and not finding something that would work for me sooner. Today I have another CBD foundation to try. This is the Velvet Mist foundation from Zishi. It's actually the first CBD brand I ever tried like years ago. Very excited to try them again. Consistency is very nice. It's supposed to be oil controlling and last all day. Higher coverage while still being moisturizing. I have very dry skin, so I'm curious to see how this will perform. It goes on beautifully, like it's just melting right into my skin. And I don't have a lot of blemishes to cover, but it is covering everything that's like imperfect about my face, so I do appreciate that. You can see I have a little bit of pores and texture right here, and it didn't pick up anything at all. Also, the shade match, as you can see, amazing coverage. I expected nothing less. I feel like this foundation is literally perfect for Douyin style makeup, and I'm probably gonna use it exactly for that. Let me finish the rest of my face and then I'll come back. Okay, it did really well. Here is a close-up, and I didn't powder because I do want to see what it'll do by itself. But yeah, I'll do a wear test and I'll come back at the end of the day and give my thoughts. So it's been about 12 hours in very humid Japan, as you can see. Definitely think this foundation held up way better than my hair. I still think it looks really amazing. I just have a little bit of breakup around my nose, but that's really normal for me, so that's not a concern. I always touch my face here as well because I have a nose ring. And it's not even creasing in my smile lines, which is usually my problem area. Honestly, I feel like this foundation is going to be in my normal rotation. I'm absolutely in love with this. I think there's a misconception when it comes to Chinese makeup that it should always be super affordable, like under $10 no matter what, and I just want to say to that, like any country, China has low, mid, and high range beauty brands. So let's talk about CBD pricing and what to expect. First up, we have the affordable brands like Florette, Go-Go Tales, Judy Doll. Even if you're buying from abroad, you're usually going to pay about $3 to $10 depending on the item. These brands are great great because you can try a lot of things for a low price point, but usually the packaging won't be as high quality and the color selection won't have a wide range to choose from. They're always going to be super light and soft, very similar to Korean beauty. Moving on to mid-range, these products are going to have a really strong concept, really high quality packaging, and generally I think they have a really good value for their price point. Flower Nose, Girl Cold, Juicy. These are examples of mid-range beauty brands. Even in China, most of their products are going to go for around $10 to $30 depending on the item. Just look at the difference between this Flower Nose palette and this Judy Doll palette. You also get a lot more product in this one. Buying outside of Asia, expect to pay $5 to $10 more per item on average. Then we have the higher end brands. These are brands like Florasis or Sugar Rock. The reason that you see palettes like these are so expensive on CBD retailers is because they are also expensive straight from the flagship in China. This palette retails for about $60 US in China mainland, and that's not including the shipping that it takes to get it internationally. You're looking at a price tag of $70 to $80, and that's ordering from the flagship using Taobao. Honestly, I get a little bit frustrated when I see people put off by the price tag of CBD, especially if it's over like $20. And it's not because they think that nobody should pay that much money for makeup ever, but for the fact that it's a Chinese makeup brand asking that price. Brands like this one are like the Pat McGrath of China, so it's kind of weird that people are frustrated that they're asking too much money because these are brands for people who want to spend money on cosmetics. Even for brands like Flower Nose, a little bit of a lower price range, these are not super affordable in mainland China as well. These are products for makeup collectors, makeup lovers, people who want to spend money. I feel like the energy is just a little bit off. Like, not every Chinese brand is super affordable, as you can see. Hope this clears up any confusion around pricing and helps you be more confident with how you want to spend your money on CBD. Did I spend my first influencing paycheck on Alakino and her weapon? Yes. Do I regret it? Not yet. Today I want to kind of give like a life update and talk about my journey so far as an influencer, I guess. Around like October of last year, coincidentally like a month after I started Genshin, I started taking social media seriously. And by that I mean like having a consistent schedule, planning content in advance. Nothing crazy, but consistent. I've actually had a beauty Instagram for a long time, many years in fact, but I always thought I shouldn't try too hard. I'm naturally very shy. I hate being on camera. I don't really think I'm also a very elegant speaker, and most embarrassingly of all, my friends followed me and I just like couldn't put myself out there in that way, I guess. So one day I just kind of wanted to go for it because why not, and it was fucking awkward. I'm gonna lie. Talking on camera is not as easy as people make it seem, at least not for me. But yeah, once I started taking it seriously, I doubled my followers on here and I grew from about like 1,000 followers to almost 40,000 followers now on Instagram, which is crazy. I also went from making like a random $40 a month to making much more, which is amazing for my wallet because I spend a lot of money on makeup to reviews. So it's nice that I have a more self-sustaining hobby now. I've joined a management agency and I really like them. They're very nice, and I've received PR from like all of my favorite brands pretty much. That is insane. Me like 6 months ago like could not believe, especially since the reason that I started posting a lot more was actually because that's all I could do. I don't really talk about it as much on here anymore, but I have a lot of health issues which regressed back to severe moderate in the last 2 years. Such a bummer. I basically went from being like mild and like fully capable of doing all the things to strictly bedridden and unable to do like anything for a long time. TikTok just became like a creative outlet for me, a kind of visual diary of my life that let me feel productive, like I was doing something, because I could actually look back and see all the videos that I posted. Made me feel a lot better on the days that I was just like spiraling. Even though TikTok is more like my job now, it's still just as fun as it was when I started. My mentality is always that this is my hobby, this is something I enjoy, and if I can happen to get paid for it, that's great. It is the best job ever, especially for someone like me who can only physically handle a little bit of work a week. I can just set my own schedule, do whatever I want, and talk about things I like. I get a lot of questions from people asking me like, what do they need to do to become a content creator? As cheesy as it is, you just have to go for it. Like, don't worry about your friends and family who follow you. Like, do not worry about being embarrassed, because like you're gonna have to embarrass yourself to put yourself out there, you know? Like, looking back from where I am now, I think it's so silly that I just didn't start sooner, because I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of the like 500 people that followed me. Like, if your friends and family love you, then they'll support you. So if it's something that you want to do, just go for it and think about it later.
Never tried a blue blusher before, but let's give it a go. Looks amazing on the model, but it does not look amazing on me.
Okay, so there's basically a couple ways you can do this. I'll show you my favorite two. First would be to use it as a color corrector. I get a lot of orange discoloration around my smile lines. Like you can see a little bit of it peeking through my foundation because it's quite sheer today. Now, yes, I could cover this up with concealer, but Japanese makeup is all about the no makeup. Like they want their base to be unclockable. So that means having a very few amount of products on the skin. You can actually use this to color correct the orange out of your skin. Like look at the difference before and after. It's not going to be an extreme difference by any means, but it's just enough to save you from having to use like a lot more product on your face. The next way that you can use this is to neutralize blushes that are a little bit too warm for you or a little bit too bright. I'll add a bit more blush on this side so I can show you. So right now my cheek is a very cute pink. By using this I can just dull down the color and make it a lot more wearable on my skin. I think now the blush looks a lot more like it's coming naturally from within my skin and not just like sitting on top. This also of course applies to eyeshadow as well. So yeah, I hope this helps. So since I moved to Japan like 6 years ago, I have completely given up perfume. If you know anything about living in Japan, you'll know that like perfume is just not really appreciated. Not that people don't wear it, but it's considered kind of rude if you like go in public even smelling a little bit offensive. Unfortunately for me, this is exactly what I want to smell like. This is a mood board I created for the perfumes I want to buy from now on because I want to get back into perfume and start trying some new ones. I really do want to find my perfect goth scent. And I'm breaking my fast today with a highly recommended perfume. This is Beauty Diable, or the Beauty of the Devil. According to the perfumer, this is supposed to embody the essence of a fallen angel, something dark and mysterious but also hauntingly beautiful. Here's what the bottle looks like. This is so heavy and gorgeous. I was specifically drawn to this scent because it literally says it has a cobblestone note, and I'm hoping that it smells like an old church. Okay, right off the bat you definitely get that like gin and citrus top note, but it instantly settles down into this like clove and carnation smell. It's very like spicy and woody. Oh, it smells really good. Definitely strong on the clove, which I love, and the like soft floral. It also has like this kind of like powdery quality to it. And I also do get that kind of like wet limestone smell, like a wet cobblestone. I love that it's actually really wearable. Like I feel like I could wear this in Japanese public and nobody would really mind. It's like very woody and fresh. It literally smells like an old church that's like burnt incense recently and it's like has a lot of wood inside. So beautiful. I think I might have started a little bit too strong on my gothic perfume journey. But if you have any recommendations, please leave them down below because I do really want to fill out my collection with a bunch of beautiful gothic fragrances. I do have it. Thank you for reminding me to try this. Got this set that comes with a brush. Ooh, brush is actually really pretty and like really nicely weighted. Very interesting shape. I don't have anything like this. Okay, here she is. This is Wake Make Stay Fixer powder in 01 Pale Clear. I'll be honest with you, the only reason that I bought it is because I really want to try the blue and green powders in here. And also just like so pretty. The box is in Korean, so I'm just gonna use this how I think it's supposed to be used. First, I'm gonna try to get some of the blue powder out. Probably don't want to get this if you want to use the powder separately. I think they're all meant to be mixed together and I'm just dumb. I'm gonna try to pick up the purple and the blue mostly and then set under my eye to see if it will brighten at all. It's before and after. In person I can see a little bit of a difference, but I don't think it's like so color correcting like I was hoping. I'll just mix all the colors together and set the other side of my face. I do think it looks really pretty. It didn't quite cover like these larger pores I have, but it's not bad. It definitely gave my face a little bit of brightness, but I think I was just expecting a little bit more of a color correction. This is very, very subtle. I don't know what I did between like talking to you guys about this and now, but it's like completely exploded in here. I never usually like this. Like I've never made a product this messy before, so I don't know what I did. Maybe if you're looking for like a dupe for that one like Givenchy powder, this could be nice, but I don't know if I will like ever recommend this. Okay, so I asked for some spooky perfume recommendations that would hopefully be wearable in Japan. This is the mood board of what I've been looking for, and by far one of the top recommendations has been Moth from Zoologist. I want to smell like a haunted old house, and apparently this is supposed to smell like a dusty old closet. I'll throw the notes up here. Oh my god, it literally does. Very nostalgic. It gives you a very clear visual image of what you're smelling. To me, it smells like a closet that's full of beautiful but extremely dated clothing that has just been eaten away by moths over time. Also, literally just like one of these old horror story covers, dust and all. Heavy on the dust. It's a very soft floral, a little bit peppery in that classic vintage way. Also kind of smoky, and I definitely get a lot of honey. This literally smells like honey. To me, this is quite melancholic. Obviously, anything full of life would not smell like this, if that makes sense. Except for me, because I love this. I would definitely sample this first, and probably anything that I'm going to talk about, because I don't think this is for everybody. You would definitely have to love whatever's classified as an old lady scent, because this might be the final boss to some people. But I do think it's quite wearable. And actually, what's interesting is this doesn't smell old in a Japanese way, so I do wonder what people on the train would think I smelled like. Anyways, upon first whiff, 10 out of 10. This collection is so nano-coated, it's insane. So of course I had to get everything. This is a collab between the CBD brand Juicy and Chupa Chups. Not something I was expecting in 2024, but definitely happy to have it because look at this packaging. There are 4 blushes, 2 of them are powders, and the other 2 are creams. There's also 3 face palettes, 1 for warm, neutral, and cool, and then 6 different lipsticks with like 3 different formulas, I think. Let's try the cream blush first. This is M221C. Very nice, like rose shade. This is very soft and gentle. I'm absolutely in love with it. Such a pretty color. Okay, let's try the face powders next. These ones definitely have my favorite packaging in the whole collection. I just think they are so cute. I think I'm gonna go with the neutral shade. Taking the pink first to set my blush. I love Juicy products so much. Like, I've never had a miss from them. Then I'm gonna take the lighter shade and set under my eye. Ugh, I just love Chinese powders. They're so good. They're so brightening and blurring. Like, it always just looks like I'm wearing a filter in real life. Okay, I think I'll try a couple of these on because I just literally can't choose. First, I'm gonna try 533. This is like one of those clear lipsticks with the color in the middle. They smell really good, like sour candy. Let's try it. That was a lot brighter than I thought it was gonna be. Not as shiny as I thought they were gonna be. They feel more like a tinted lip balm. I mean, it's cute. Okay, these are my other 2 options. They also have little hearts in the middle. I think I want to try the dark red one. This is 534. Ooh, I feel like this is perfect with my top, so maybe I should stop here. Overall, I would say this is a really beautiful collection. I don't know if the lipsticks are worth it, but I would definitely recommend the face powders and the blushes for the packaging alone, because these are like everything. So in Japan, there's this thing called gogatsubyo, or like May sickness, and it has been hitting me so hard the last couple weeks. I just want to complain about it. Now, this isn't like an official diagnosis or anything, but it is literally recognized. I guess it's basically like seasonal depression, and it happens in the springtime here. There's a couple of reasons for it, and nobody is safe. I think for a lot of people, it's the timing of the Japanese year. Basically, anytime you start a job or a new school year or you move apartments, anything, everything is started or ended in April. So of course everything is like new and exciting, right? But once that's over and all the excitement dies down, you're just like plus on top of that, everybody looks forward to sakura season, right? That's what gets you through the cold winter months. Looking forward to doing hanami and buying all the really cute limited edition pink things. It's even better if sakura season aligns with golden week, since you'll just have like a week off to enjoy all of the beautiful weather and beautiful sakura trees. But yeah, once these are over, you know, all you have to look forward to is the rainy season, which is where it torrential downpours for like a month and a half straight, and then you have 3 to 4 months of extremely brutal hot weather to look forward to. Japanese summer is literally hell on earth. Every time I have to go through it, I literally want to move. Basically nothing to be happy about after sakura season and golden week ends until it gets cooler, and just knowing that sucks. Now, the business year stuff doesn't affect me as much because I'm a housewife and I mostly stay at home. I mostly get affected by the weather changes, which is another really common reason. I get such bad pressure headaches and fatigue when it rains. Like, I am so sensitive when storms roll in and out. I literally could have been a water witch in a past life because I have like a 2 days notice anytime it's gonna rain. And May is just like literally full of typhoons, and then June is literally just a month of rain. I'm cooked, you know? I saw some people saying online to take baths with like medicinal salts to at least help with like the fatigue and the muscle tension, but I don't really know. I think people always ask me what the hardest part about living in Japan is as a foreigner, and it is literally gogatsubyo. Like, I'm not joking. It's gogatsubyo and then the terrible Japanese summer that comes right after it. It is just a bleak period in the year of like 4 to 5 months. Our favorite goth CBD brand, Girl Cult, came out with a new collection a couple weeks ago, and I finally got my hands on it. I think they're naming this the Gold Rush collection in English, and the box set is just absolutely gorgeous. Very decadent. It also kind of gives me like Silk Road vibes. I've been most excited for the face palette coming in this collection, so let's try it first. This is what it looks like on the inside. You have 1 brightening powder, which is actually kind of a dusty lavender shade. I'm super excited to try because I don't have anything this color. 2 eyebrow powders, 2 contour shades, and then 2 highlighting highlighting shades. Going into the brightening powder first, these felt really buttery when I swatched them. Ooh. So I just knew they were gonna feel amazing on the face. Wow. I'm gonna try the cooler contour next and just go down the side of my face. I feel like this is a little bit warm for my taste, which is actually super exciting because I actually don't have a cool toned pale person bronzer, so I feel like these are gonna work out really well. I'm not gonna try the brow powders today, but I do want to try the highlighter, and I'm just gonna kind of like mix the shades together. Ooh. This one is very sparkly, but it still has a really nice sheen. Next up, the collection has 2 eyeshadow palettes. Both of them are quads per usual, one with more mattes, and then this one's like an all super special shimmer palette. I'm gonna use the matte palette first. If there's any warm tone goth girlies out there, I feel like this collection is definitely gonna be for you. But I still feel like it's neutral leaning enough that even someone like really cool tone like me could get away with these. Taking the black. If you have never tried Girl Code's mattes, you are totally missing out because they are so soft and buttery and blendable. Like, I love that I can just get a look like this with 2 shades. Okay, from the shimmer palette, I feel like I definitely have to use this red. It is just calling my name. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. Put some on the bottom lid too. I'm absolutely living for this soft red smoky eye. This palette also has like a holographic shade that I think is really hard to see right now, but it is so cool. Here's all of the shades swatched, and like, oh my god, this glitter right here. Lastly, there's 6 new lip shades in this collection. I think I have to try this shade first. It is a super deep dark chocolate color. This is J809. Oh, this color is gorgeous. Oh, I also wanted to show the mirrors. This is the main mirror it comes with. Then there is 2 smaller ones. I really like this like Jupiter looking one. It is super cute. Overall, I have to say, even though I'm not a warm tone girly, this might be my favorite collection they've ever come out with because I just feel like the execution is just absolutely stunning. As a goth Asian beauty girly, I was actually floored when I saw Roman teasing their new collection. Black lip balm, black blush, a black eyeshadow quad, and more. I don't know what this is, but it looks amazing. But please tell me why all of these are peach pink. Like, please, it's tired, it's exhausted, it's all the same color. Like, if you have one, you have them all. I know that every brand says this color is like customized and it's blah blah blah. It's the same fuchsia hot pink. Like, it doesn't change. It is the same chemical that makes this color. Like, at this point, seeing this color makes me want to crawl out of my skin. And I know some people are gonna comment that it's a Korean brand and they want the colors to be like super wearable for the mass market. These are all black Korean lip products. There's 6 of them, and these just came out this year. So will I still buy some of this collection? Yeah, probably, at least the eyeshadow quad and some of the other things. But at this point, having a black looking product that's just a gimmick is just really boring. Like, I know it's not that serious, but like, we want black lip balms, no more peach pink. This is my entire sheer black lip balm collection. Starting out with K-Beauty. This is from the brand Keep in Touch in the shade Royal Midnight. This one's probably my favorite out of all the Korean ones that I own, but it is a little bit spicy because it is a lip plumper. But I think the color is really nice. Scene Black from Fui. This is a little bit more of a purple leaning black as opposed to a true black. 121 Peter from Dento. This is my favorite Korean brand, by the way. Black Hush from Wake Meg. This one's definitely the most sheer. Mood Changer from Heart%. This is another kind of purpley black, also a lip plumper. And then this is Dewy Black, also from Heart%. Moving on to my favorite black lip gloss of all time. This is from a JB brand called Yuzu. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued, but this is -4 black. I think it's just perfect. Next, I have 5 products from Western brands. Chaos Prone from Half Magic Beauty. This one has a little bit of shimmer in it, and it's quite pigmented, so I think it would work on a lot of skin tones. M138 from Mob Beauty. This is like a true black lip balm. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. 204 Deepness from Chanel. Unfortunately, this one's also discontinued, but if you can find it, I really recommend. It's a lot more sheer than the Mob one, but I still think it's really beautiful. Black Thorn from Ritual Defy. This one's a little bit more of a blue leaning black, if that's something you're interested in. 06 Night and Gray from Givenchy. Unfortunately, this line has been discontinued as well, which is such a shame because I felt like all the colors in this series were gorgeous. Last up, I have 2 glosses from C Beauty brands. Probably my second favorite black lip product in my collection. This is Blackberry from Yuhu. Lastly, we have Free Fall from Kaleidos. This has a lot of silver glitter in it, so I usually like to wear this over a darker lip shade to make them pop, but it's also gorgeous by itself. Let me know if there's any other black lip products you want me to try, and if I can get them in Japan, I totally will.
All the way from China, a brand all the way from China. The brand is from Korea, but all the makeup is made in China.
First off, I want to say Everybody's entitled to like a product or not like a product, or to be disappointed with a product. But why keep mentioning that the products are from China, knowing fully well that you didn't like them, and then uploading a video that's edited in a way that insinuates they're bad because they come from China? I swear, xenophobic sentiment is one of America's most insidious and consistent forms of propaganda. It doesn't help either that anti-Asian racism is often overlooked and minimized, so there's very little social pressure in 2024 to unpack these biases. Fact is, the vast majority of cosmetic products are produced in China and manufactured there, and if they aren't, the raw materials definitely are. So many brands that are labeled as made in the USA, made in France, made in Italy are doing the bare minimum requirements to be labeled as so, because of how casually xenophobic people are, and the widespread belief that things made in China are poor quality, and the regulations are just super relaxed there because it's some backwards society. How many quality control issues have we seen in the US just over the last couple of years? I think we've all seen the documentary, you know, the one where Johnson & Johnson was knowingly letting people get cancer. Lipstick gate. Domestically produced in America, by the way. A lot of companies don't even use FDA approved ingredients because the industry as a whole is pretty unregulated. Yet I never see anybody questioning the safety of any one American product, let alone the industry as a whole. China has cosmetic regulations. There are very strict guidelines in place. Perpetuating Chinese product equals bad because you don't feel like examining your biases is extremely lazy. And I'm not just talking about Jeffrey or his fans here. I see this all the time. Chinese product is assumed to be bad until proven otherwise, while every other market gets to be trusted completely until proven otherwise. I live in Korea and haven't seen these or the colors. So unexpected for Korea, hoping to see them soon. Not a Korean brand, it's from Shanghai. Never mind, these look painful and pitiful on the eyes. Anybody else remember the Korean sunscreen scandal? Where so many people were so disappointed that they said they weren't gonna buy or ever trust Korean sunscreens ever again, or even buy Korean products. Clearly didn't last that long. And I know some people are gonna comment, I don't trust Chinese cosmetics and I have a right not to buy Chinese cosmetics. Yes, you do. That is your right. But it's also my right to call out your generalization as overarching xenophobia and racism, because that's what it is.